All right. So, third match, we are on the play, and I will play first. I don't know what this guy is on. Let's take a peek. Looks like it's some sort of high tide deck. So that means we're going to be looking for our taxing effects. Thorn, Thalia, Sanctum, Prelate would be good as well. That's kind of our counters against it. So let's hope that we can hit one of those early on. Might be tough for them to come back from like an early Thalia. Okay, so now we have to ask whether an aggressive hand is the route we want to go. Not particularly, but do I just roll the die, knowing what we're going against? Just try to get a Thalia, or do we just try to go bonkers right away? I think this hand can go pretty fast. If I happen to draw into one, we're just gonna have to take the W. If we like hit a turn 2 Thalia. Okay, mulligan to 6. They probably need an accumulated mass of cards. Alright. Let's kick it off. Because we're going to swing for 3 on turn 2. I have a hard time believing they're going to be able to... Yeah. Brainstorm. I believe that's restricted, so... Kind of getting the goods out right away. Okay, Sanctum is actually good. So we're just gonna... Alright, so if we can draw a land, actually that's huge. Because then we can just shut him off a 1-mana spell, so that cuts him off the high tides. I mean, they could have like a remand or something like that. Okay. We would be running into Daze. I'm not sure if they play Daze. I'm not seeing it. So let's hope that we hit a land. Land's big time for us here. This is probably one of our faster starts that we've had. If we don't hit a land, we'll go Thales, Lieutenant. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So then they'll have to win the next turn. Not sure. Not sure what the high tide deck is capable of. If it's capable of winning on turn 3 fairly consistently or not. I'm sure if it has a high tide, it is. Land. All right. Let's just hope that this is the winner for us. It's probably not. Okay. I mean, he's dead next turn, so we're gonna make him have it, I guess. Go ahead and F6 and just let them do their thing. Not necessarily the start we were looking for. They've seen enough cards that I'm not liking my odds here. Yeah. So 2 frantic searches. Preordain. 2 preordains, 3 preordains. Yeah, they've seen enough cards. You like to think they're going to be able to get it from here, but you just... Guess you never know. You got to make them have it or they don't. All right. What could they have that they're taking so long? So that means they don't have it for sure. They're going to have all the mana in the world. My guess is a dig through time. We'll do it. Treasure cruise. Man, I have to imagine they'd have by now, but they only got 2 cards left. So this is about as fast as a start, but imagine if turn 2 we go Thalia, everything costs extra. It just is such a tax. They couldn't even get, they wouldn't have even been able to get started. They cast that High Tide. They'd only have 1 land to cast anything. Wouldn't have been able to cast a turnabout. Okay, now we're in trouble. Now we are deeply in trouble. Just them being able to do that. I wonder what the point of the tapped land is that taps for red. Expansion explosion, possibly. Yes, it looks like so. Okay. It's their 3rd one of those. I think they don't have any more. That seems like a 4 of, right? That's got to be a 4 of. Yeah, no, it is a 4 of. Alright, so this guy's just eating up all the play time clock here, so they're just generating mana. What are we doing with it? Okay. So they're just trying to lower my clock. That's a really good sign for us. Ponder. They get a frantic search, they can keep going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I actually have lethal in hand. Treasure cruise. I mean, what else could they even really do at this point? Alright, so this is why you make them have it, I guess, right? They cast all the spells and draw all the cards, and we untap. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we play a land in case they have a daze. Okay, there it is. Alright. So, what do we want? We want Anointed Peacekeeper, Anointed Peacekeeper. This is a deck where the Sanctifiers aren't quite as good because it's black or red cards. We want a Thalia. We want a Spirit of the Labyrinth. Do they play anything from the graveyard I need to be aware of to win? They do play Bond of Insight, which looks like that is going to do... I mean, this shuts off Dig Through Time, and I just don't know if it's worth a spot, because we got to keep some aggressiveness going. So this is what I want to bring in. What do I want to bring out? I think I got all these sorts of plowshares that need to come out too. So I think since I have so many cards that need to come out, we can go ahead and just fill in some pieces that would need to come with it. They're less than ideal, but we need to keep... I mean, Swords is dead. Rest in Peace is just mostly dead, I guess. Alright. Let's get our busted draw, like Soul Ring, Thorn. Alright. Alright, they're ready to go. Alright, alright. Let's get it back on the leaderboard here. We haven't had a game 3 yet. Okay, so here is a good draw. This is a good draw. All interaction. If we get a third land, this is a great hand. We're going to keep this. So we can go champion into Thalia. We just have to hope we don't get countered into it. He does have a spell that, like, or an enchantment that, like, makes my creatures lose all abilities. So we do have to, like, look out for that. But I mean, this is going to be a tough start if we can land the Thalia. Okay, so we're looking at a remand more than likely. I mean, we just got to make him have it, right? Yeah. I mean, it's no different than me playing nothing, I guess. Like, what am I bluffing? I got the mana tithe. I don't know, like. And then next turn, what we can actually do if we win, if we don't die, we can Spellbinder possibly. Man, it feels like a completely different game on the draw here, just because of remand. Remand is kind of wild, especially in what they're trying to do. They don't care. See, now we have this Rest in Peace, and this card's just trash right now, right? So, okay, so they have a 1-mana spell that, like, makes me have to pay a mana. I think I'm willing to do that. Oh, okay. All right. And then I think we just do this. Yep. All right. If we can get through, if we can survive into the next turn, playing a Thorn would be good, but also would playing Elite Spellbinder. Okay, so Mystic Sanctuary, putting a card on the back, but imagine preordaining. They don't really have ways to shuffle. Nope, they're just going for the remand. Okay, so the remand's going to cost them 3 mana, so if I can get... Man, if I could get this card to stick. I mean, we're just going to have to get remanded here. I just don't know what the if and or but about it is. That's okay. Because we also need to keep in mind that our Thorn costs 3. So they can't play anything here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gonna be tough to present lethal, but just the Thalia alone is gonna probably generate enough issues that we should be able to buy another turn. Because it's gonna take theoretically 4 mana, because they're gonna have to tap 2 islands just to do anything with the Thalia, and then now they only have 2 left, so if they high tide, we're just going to try to play the Sanctum just until it can get through. And we're going to choose 1. Or is there... Yeah, because there's enough... I mean, I think one's the right call, because that's got high tide on it. This is the kind of matchup, theoretically, I'm hoping to prey upon, and there's some sort of bounce. Ooh, that is a rough go of it. Should have picked 4, huh? Alright. Let's see if we survive. I'm thinking it's unlikely. That's dangerous. You know, I was actually thinking about that. Engulf the shore is what it's called. Okay. I'm just gonna F6 through this, and more than likely I'm just gonna, I don't know, fast forward through it. Double high tide, triple high tide. We don't win. We don't lose, or we don't win from here, right? How do you lose it from this situation? The amount of mana you get's insane. So that's mine. When we play that Sanctum, I guess we should have been thinking about instant speed interaction rather than what they're going to do on their turn. That's kind of a live and learn sort of situation, I guess. Doesn't make me feel any better about taking the L on that one. So, because definitely at that point, we are on the attack. We got to think, how can they deal with our stuff? Engulf the Shores is definitely one of those things, so... I mean, we're just going to keep letting them play. Okay, so they're going to be able to do that twice. So they just play all the spells and win somehow. Probably Expansion Explosion, I guess, right? Just generate an insane amount of mana, and then how are they going to get the red? Currently looking through their deck list right now, trying to find what could they have. So we'll just make them have it, so then we know. So they're going to mill a bunch of cards. They're going to get 2 of them back so they can get their Expansion Explosion. How did they generate red mana to kill me? They just keep... Are they going to mill me? Oh, it's each player. And so they just keep milling each other back and forth, back and forth. Now I can do the thing where I just let them kind of play this out, but I'm not going to do that. I get the combo now, so, okay. Yeah, so actually it turns out those Rest in Peace are good. I get it. I get the combo. So basically what they're going to do is they are going to Bond of Insight. They're going to mill each player out. And then they just always bring back Expansion Explosion to copy it. So there's always 2 on the stack. And then what happens is eventually they'll just pass the turn. I don't have a library. I die. Okay, I will play first. Not what we're looking for. Okay, Soul Ring is cool. Into Rest in Peace, I guess, is fine. Okay, so I guess we keep. And I guess I put a Thraben Inspector back. And so then this way I can play Thraben Inspector. Oh my gosh, look at us both go. All right, there we go. Those two pretty good lock pieces, I would say. So I don't know what their alternate win con is from that, but having a soul ring right off the bat seems good. You just have to be able to actually attack a little bit. Cast ability from... So we play this guy, and then do we play a spirit? Or do we... I think I am gonna play the spirit. So we have a lot of lock pieces on, so I'm trying to think how they get out of this, because the engulf the shores, creatures, it's creatures only. So I guess they can't engulf the shore. No, they can. I mean, we just keep playing into this, right? We just go all out. Because it's not picking up either of these two things. They just counter it, I guess. Yeah, okay. Alright, so the Thorn's a busted draw for us there. Basically Thalia that they can't interact with near as much. They do have things that they can do, like they have a bounce spell, but are they going to have a bounce spell for Rest in Peace, Spirit, and Thorn? So I probably should have won the second game. I misplayed a little bit. I'm hoping I have enough here to take me to the promised land here. To remind myself not to crack the clues on my turn. And then we just pump up all three of these guys. Just hope that Engulf the Shores doesn't blow us out again. Yeah, it looks like it is gonna. Okay. Which sucks. So now the question is that gonna be game for us? Given that they still have a Thorn and a Rest in Peace. Could really use another land, honestly. So do they have a repeal? Okay, so if we get to the position where we get a Sanctum again, are they just going to try to go for it here? Do we put it on 4 or 1? They only have 2 of those Engulf the Shore, so they've already used 1 up. I'm very disappointed if we somehow lose this game. So the best draw for us is either probably a Sanctum Prelate or a Thalia Guardian of Thraben. If we go Thalia, we will likely go Thalia Spirit of the Labyrinth. But with these cantrips, they can. So they went 1 bottom, 1 top. Okay. So now I think we go just slow because we don't have the white mana that we need. Too many white pips. I mean, this is... I don't want to say this is a hard block, because it's not, but it should be not an easy one to get by from. So we will see. They have Expansion Explosion. That would possibly do it. Okay. Let's go Champion. And then let's go Thalia's Lieutenant. Okay, so at least now we're starting to get the clock going. And they're not killing our creatures, so we might as well just keep going all in. They would draw one card a turn until they can deal with Spirit. One of their cards is their, not commander, their companion. Thraben Inspector, not looking super hot right now, but that's alright. So turn 2, Rest in Peace, Thornton of Aim Assist is looking good. The fact that they're sitting and thinking so much, but like some of the stuff like Repeal or Expansion Explosion, the explosion part actually could possibly kill this, because I think when X, you could set X as 0, you pay the extra tax from the Thorn. I don't think when you have an X spell, if you have something that making you pay more, I don't think it necessarily makes you actually have to pay more. You can pay exactly what it's supposed to. Furthermore, we do know they have some things like the enchantment, Unable to Scream, that could turn some of my creatures into 0/2s with no abilities. That would really shut down the Spirit. But being able to pump out 9 damage for sure next turn is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they kind of they got to be able to do something, whether that's their upheaval version of upheaval. All right, what do we got? The waiting game. So much fun. All right. They are going to attempt to go for it. I can't do anything, so I will just F6. I mean, that's a lot of mana. Okay. Still a lot of mana, so Expansion Explosion something. I wonder if that's their play. Just draw a bunch of cards, kill something. But then that means one of their Expansion Explosions is gone. Okay, but they don't draw any cards off of that. Okay, so now they can start drawing cards, but everything's taxed a little extra. But they get untapped 3 lands, that's 6 mana. My level of disappointment if I lose this will be extreme. Alright. Kind of figured we were going to win, but they had me on edge. That was a great win. Let's move to the last round and see if we make top 4.